Hey,
Hello.
welcome. You are here live at WBGR in Largo, and we are
Javii.
and I'm Zinya, and welcome to our show. Our hot topics on this evening is cherish the women we love. All right. We got some people here, and we got a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. And we just want you all to know that the information is out. And we're so glad that you're tuning in right now on our show.
First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Javii. Tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a mother of 5. Also have I work for Metro WMATA bus instructor, and we're going to be here with you guys every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. And my co-host Zinya.
Hey guys. Also too, don't forget to like and share our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, and we want you all to share, to comment about the updating topics that we will be sharing with you every Saturday evening at 6 to 7 p.m. I just wanted to give a little shout out to Pastor Henry P. Davis from First Baptist Church at Highland Park. How you doing, Pastor? And as well as Bishop Coghill II from Bethel Cathedral Apostolic Church. Hi, family. How you doing? But most importantly, we're glad that you are tuning in with us this evening.
Also, while she's giving shout outs, I might as well give out a few too. I'd like to give a shout out to Tinley Town Trash Removal Service. Guys ride on my bus. Thank you for tuning in and supporting me, along with my patrons. They said that they would tune in and support me, and I do appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Zinya, we have a power question at Cherish that we Inspire Network that we use when we are, addressing new people about our products and about our company. And can you tell us what that question is?
I guess I can. But if you had information that could save your life or the life of someone who you care about and love, would you share it? Well, you guys, you know what? Of course you would. Everybody wants to know, right? Some important information, things that's going on out here in the social life, and what's in and what's out, right? So definitely you would want to share this information. So also too, we wanted you to understand about the Now We Know campaign. So, of course, the Now We Know campaign. What's the Now We Know campaign to be?
Well, basically, Inspire Network, we are here, independent distributors for the Inspire Network, and we have a national campaign that we launched back on March the 23rd, the Now We Know campaign, which the shirts that we're sporting today.
Yeah, we're representing today, y'all.
The shirts that we're sporting today are shirts that were from a 5K run that we did in Atlanta, Georgia to kick off the Now We Know campaign. And we are going to be, as a company, doing 5K runs throughout the country. I know Delante here, who will be introducing shortly, is in the process of trying to set up a 5K run for here in the DMV area. So we're inspired doing a whole lot of things. We're basically, the Now We Know campaign is to bring awareness to the men and women about the unsanitary napkins that are in the on the market today. Basically, it's to inform people of what's out there and the harms that it does to us as women. And we basically are spreading that awareness, and also offering a much healthier alternative. There are a lot of things associated with those pads that are on the market. If you can see behind me, on the screen, this chemical called dioxin. The gentleman will get into that a little bit more detail a little later on in the show and tell you about that. And also, basically, we have other products that are on the line, on the product market too, that we also distribute it for the right. Let me turn around. Because I'm going to give that plug to our men. The Right to Fight campaign.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna we're not gonna hit too much on that on this show, but we're gonna talk about that on shows in the future about the pharmaceuticals that we have for the men also. But we're gonna dedicate this show more so to the women that we love and our Cherish product.
But not only that, we want all of you to do your independent research about the product and about the unsanitary napkins that are out there. And I just want to give a shout out to Stacy Jordan. He this guy, I'm telling you, from the Real Husbands of Largo. Whee! Can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this dude is off the chain. But we're just so excited to tell him thank you so much for encouraging us and getting us a spot on the show.
And also our own show, because he's the one that had that line, trash in
the
pants.
pants. Ladies, please stop using and wearing the trash in your pants. Come on. Absolutely. So we're going to go on and kick it in an additional gear, and we have our own commercial about the product that we wanted to talk to you guys about. Our commercial.
Cherish your women.
Yeah, we want to tell you about, because what Stacy Jordan has stated before about not wearing this trash in your pants. But, we have our own personal slogan, if you will, of our own about this company.
Oh, cherish the women we love. Once they know better, they can do better
and say, now we know.
Well, without further ado, I guess we'll introduce the guests we have here today and let them tell themselves a little about themselves. Delonte, you want to go?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Delonte Smith. I'm a founding member with Inspire Network and also the Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkins. And I'm so delighted to be on the Javii and Zinya show on WBGR Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
And over here to my left, we have this beautiful woman here, Tamika Wright. Tamika, tell us about yourself. What do you do? What's going on?
Well, I've been an entrepreneur since like 1995, but I also work corporate as well. So, well, at least for a little while, up until I learned about the Now We Know campaign. I joined the campaign, and I'm so excited about where we're going.
Awesome. Of course, we have this gentleman over here, Mr. Andre Amos. Andre, thank you so much and welcome to our show.
Yes, thank you. I'm very honored to be here with you two ladies. Very proud of the accomplishments that you all have gotten up to in this point. My name is Andre Amos. I am a driver for Washington Metropolitan Authority.
Let's give it up for Metro.
Metro's in the house. I'm very excited about the Now We Know campaign. I'm very excited about what we're doing for the women that we come into contact with on a daily basis. We are mission-driven people. Yes. We have a purpose and we have a mission to enlighten and to educate men and women about what we have and what we're providing as an alternative to what's been out on the market all these years.
Yes,
the truth has been exposed, and now we have an alternative so that women have an answer to go to in order to alleviate what they've been dealing with for all these years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's right. And just to touch on that a little bit, there's so many issues that women have been dealing with over the few decades since they introduced these pads to us. I mean, just Stacy said, he would love to have a a wife with no cramps.
Yes.
And I'm sure most men, if you ask them, they too would prefer to have a wife, girlfriend, a sister, because there's some brothers and sisters out here that these sisters be working their nerves.
Yeah,
because
I'm one of them.
It's that time. It's that time of the month. So to have that feminine flow and to have something that has been manufactured to help us women at that time of the month ease a lot of frustrations and pain that we've been going through over the years.
Can we just say no more cramps?
Yeah,
ladies,
no more
can
cramps.
we just say no more cramps? And fellas, y'all can be like, woo, that's a relief, right? So definitely, we want you guys to just sit back, get uncomfortable, because what we're about to show everybody that's watching us right now, what this product is, what it can do, and talk about the trash in your pants other than what's going on today. So we want to just give a shout out and ask, Tamika, did you have a testimony that you wanted to share with us this evening?
When it comes to Cherish, Inspire, I'm definitely about the movement and the mission, but to actually experience it myself. Now, I'm a few years past where I don't have to.
You said a few years, you don't look it.
Thank you. I'm past the stage of needing sanitary napkins.
Wow.
But at least I thought.
But
once I learned about the Cherish pad, I have to give, some of my friends don't know this, so, don't worry, I'm all well. I'm going to say this in advance. But I was in the hospital a couple of days ago, and the doctors came into, to my room, and long story short, they told me I had a blood clot on the brain.
Wow.
Whoa.
So the first thing I'm thinking is, you know what? They say the Cherish pad works and it brings on calmness. We about to find out. So what I did, because I keep them in my backpack and enlightening women about the products we have on the market and just want to give them that, all natural alternative. So I go into the restroom. I'm like, I got to use the restroom on this. So I go into the restroom. I use the panty liner. I put it on. I go back. And all of my family can tell you, they can testify. I'm an emotional creature. I take on stuff, and I'm going to freak out about stuff like this, whether it happened to you, and definitely if it's happening to me.
Right.
So I'm trying to stay calm and fight back the tears, and I can't tell my family this. Long story short, I go into the restroom, I put the panty liner on. A few minutes later, the doctors come in again, and they're just like, your demeanor is so different,
Really?
And they noticed off the back that I had just calmed and was relaxed. And I said, well, I have to be able to be focused to hear what you have to say, knowing what I just did, but I didn't share that with them at the time.
Right.
So I just, on a whole nother level, I don't know what your belief and your faith is, but mine is God.
Come
and
on.
this worked for me.
Yes.
So I believe in the product.
That's what I'm talking about.
For me. It kept me calm. So when they came in the second time, they're just like, well, most people are like on edge. Do you want to call your family and talk? I'm like, no, I'm calm. I'm cool. I'm not about to get nobody ruffled, since I'm not ruffled. Because if I'm ruffled, everybody ruffled in my family.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
And so the third time, I'm like, okay, this is the third time. We'll call my sister and we'll call my daughter. So they call. They're in tears. They're in an uproar. And these are the calm people in my family. They're the two calmest that they keep me calm. And it was the opposite. And I know for a fact it was this pad, that negative ion strip, as we call the wonder strip, brought the calmness, and I was able to be at peace during that time.
Okay, so let me fast forward here. You said that you immediately went to the bathroom and you placed this Cherish panty liner in your undergarments.
Yes.
No pun intended. But you use this and then you came back, and the doctors were asking you after they'd given you this hypothetical diagnosis, and they were trying to figure out why you were so calm.
Why I was so calm about the news. Why I was calm about the news, because that's not usual.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. I mean, if I got that kind of news, I would be tears streaming and boo-hooing. My kids know I cry commercials, so that kind of news, I would be done. No. I would be up under the table.
I would be speaking in tongues, literally, trying to figure out what's going on and shut it down.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Wow,
just to have that type of news, and then they send for the neurologist and so on and so forth, and they all still coming in saying the same thing. I was like, whoa, this isn't something I know I would have did without it, because I'm just like, wait a minute, you're in the wrong room and everything else, whatever type of excuse to go into denial, but I was able to receive it.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're here.
We're glad you're here too.
We're glad everything is fine with you, because she too is part of Inspire, and we got a road to travel, and we need you with us.
Wow, that thank you so much, Tamika. That is a powerful testimony. Women, you all need to hear this. You know, the proof is in the pudding. She just gave her testimony this evening to let you know that the product works. It stands on its own, and what it tells you that it actually does.
I know too, with the panty liners, I personally put the panty liners in my shoes.
You put them in your shoes?
Yeah, in my work shoes.
Come on, girlfriend. You put it in your shoes.
In my shoes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Laugh if you will. But I'm telling you, and I'm a bus operator, and my feet, my ankles, I get a lot of ankle pain because, believe it or not, stopping and starting a bus, we also use our left foot to turn signals. Our right and left turn signals are in the floor. And if you know have ever operated a bus, my ankles are going back and forth constantly all day. In a car, it's your hand. It's on the column. So I have a lot of ankle pain. So I put them in my shoe.
You put the pad in your shoe. You put a sanitary napkin in your shoe.
I put a panty liner.
A panty liner in your shoe.
I put a panty liner in my shoes.
Whoa.
And those negative ion strips, when they say they are wonder strips, they are wonder strips, because it takes the pain out of my ankles. It takes the pain out of my knees. The author's still there, but it's not as bad as
you don't feel the author like it used to. Oh, okay. So author, we can tell author to get out the back door, right?
That's right. So along with that, too, as far as testimonies, I had thought I was past my feminine flow, you guys. I really thought
you was past your feminine flow.
I thought I was past.
You thought you were. I'm
gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell you my age, because I'm proud of it. I thank God. I'm 54 years old.
Shut your mouth, girl.
And I thought I was past having my feminine flow. So I was using the pads for incontinence reasons. Okay.
Now what's incontinence? What's going on with that?
When you get up in the age a little bit. You get up in the age a little bit. You done had a few children.
Okay.
You know, all that. You laughing. You might leak a little. You know,
I laughed a little bit before. So that's what that is called.
Yeah, incontinence.
I've been through that before.
Incontinence. And you may, you may cough and you may leak a little.
Okay, I've been through. Okay, I got you.
Stuff like
Thank you, sister, for breaking it down to me.
Like I said, I'm a bus operator, and I be on that bus, and I got to go.
So I'm running. You gotta go, right?
I'm running for the bathroom. So yeah, I used the pad, okay?
Oh man.
But anyway, I was using the pad, and all of a sudden one morning I get up, I go to the bathroom, and I'm like,
uh-oh.
That's not red, I see.
Uh-oh. Hold on. What?
I said, what?
Red light district.
Flo, where you come from?
Did Flo show up at your door, girl?
She showed up.
She came up to the kitchen.
She showed up.
Girl, shut your mouth.
Flo showed up. So
then,
after, now mind you, I ain't had one in months. So I'm screaming.
What?
My daughter's down in the basement. I'm screaming, Bird, bring me some of them Cherish pants.
Oh, did she run fast enough to get to you?
I said, Bird, bring me some of them Cherish pants. I need some of them Cherish pants. And I usually flow for 7 days. Okay? I
Okay.
usually flow heavy for 7 days.
Right.
I'm telling you, 4 days, guys. 4 days, and I hadn't had a flow in months. 4 days, and I was done.
So which one did you
Yes.
use to?
4 days, I was done. Well, because I'm kind of hippie. If I stood up, y'all
Oh, you're
would
kind of
see-
hippie.
I'm not gonna show y'all on the first show.
Watch out.
Oh
man.
man.
And then again, I order because some of y'all might just show up again hoping I stand up. But no, I ain't even gonna go there.
So which
But,
one did you
Oh
use?
man.
That's for the next show, y'all.
I used the night and the overnight.
Okay, so that's
And-
the blue pack and
Right.
the
And the,
pink
yeah,
one.
in the
Okay,
purple.
in the purple.
Right.
I don't know
The-
my colors, do I?
I used the overnight and the night.
Uh-huh.
And also, in using those, we found other testimonies that have been stated. Use the pad that fits your body. I mean, we have a day pad. We have a day pad, but the day pads, some women have been saying that they didn't hold them enough and they had a little spillage. So when you are selecting your product, please select the product that fits your flow and fits your body, because in doing that, you will get the best benefit from the product. And
Wow,
you
that
won't
makes sense.
Makes sense.
you won't end up saying, "Oh, it don't work for me. It don't. I use them day pads and it don't work for me." And then you putting them negative vibes. This is Inspire. We are here to save lives and change lives.
That's
so
right. That's right.
I don't want you to get the wrong pad and it not work properly for you. I want you to get the right one that fits you, so that you would have that pleasant experience with the Cherish pads.
Absolutely. That's a powerful information. Thank you for schooling us on the School of Knox for Inspire for the Cherish pads. Because I tell you, I don't care. I wear all of them. I don't care which flow I'm in. I'm going to just flow right along with it. So I just want you all to understand that this information is geared for all of you, for all ages, starting at the age of 8, as young as 8, because there are young girls now that are starting at the age of 8. They're blossoming and maturing into young little ladies, and their parents, please. You can inbox us on our Facebook page if you want to know more about this product. It's the Javii and Zinya show. Definitely Facebook us on there. And while you're watching, you can tune in. We're going to be having some Q&As later on this evening before our closing of our show. But we really want to hear from the guys, because, you know, we want to pick your brains about this information before we go into the demo. We'll probably go into the demo a little bit later, right before closing. But fellas, we you know, either one of you, Delante or Andre, we really would like to hear from a guy's perspective. Ladies, don't you want to hear from a guy's perspective as far as what they want to help their women, their daughters understand about this product and what this product means to them?
Sure, I could go ahead and talk about that. You know, from a male perspective, you know, this is something that we never wanted to even talk about or even deal with. But just knowing what these manufacturers have done, you know, they know us men don't want to deal with it. So once they get past us, they can take advantage of our women. So now that we know what's been happening for so many decades, as a man and a protector of my household, now I can stop that, and I can also stop any other woman I come across to stop using those products that's on the shelf, and, you know, cherish your flow. So
Yeah,
that's what I feel about
a
it.
daughter, you know.
Exactly. And I have a 3-year-old daughter, so knowing what I know now, she would never have the experience what a lot of women all over the world have gone through because of these manufacturers have put so many harmful chemicals in these products. So that's where I stand with it. And Mr. Amos?
As far as my involvement with Cherish, when I saw the testimony at my first meeting, I saw the young lady talk about how it alleviated the cramps for her. You know, I thought about my daughter. My daughter's 25 years old, and she suffered from severe cramps during her cycle. And just the thought to be able to know that I could get my hands on this for her was what made me want to get involved with it. If it could just do that alone, that was enough for me. At this point in time with my wife, unfortunately, with the fibroids that she dealt with for so long, it's not something that would have helped us at this point. But had we come across something like this
Right.
years ago,
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
that could have possibly been something that
Been
she
a
didn't have to
minute.
deal with.
Exactly.
You know, and as a result of her fibroid, she ended up having to get a hysterectomy.
Wow.
But to know that at least my daughter won't have to suffer and deal with that same issue
Yes.
in the future once we get her on track with where she needs to be is what was significant for me.
Wow.
And just to know that this is something that's going to help the women in my life. I have cousins, I have nieces.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You
that's
know,
right.
I have a lot of women in my family that this can help and benefit them. You know, and that is what is the driving force in me wanting to be involved with Inspire, because spreading this word to the ones that I love, just as long as they know that there's an alternative and that there's an option, is
Yes.
all that I need to be
Yes.
satisfied at the end of the day.
Yes.
You know, if I can put this
Wow.
information in your lap, it's up to you to decide if that's something that you want to use. But
Yes.
if you decide that you don't want to use it, that's on you. But at the end of the day, I'm at ease and my mind is at ease because I know that I've given you an alternative.
Right, right.
You know.
I agree. I agree.
Wow. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I feel as well.
You know,
I
it,
agree.
So, Delonte, tell me, how did you get started in the Inspire Nation? How did you get inspired into this movement? What sparked the interest for you?
For me, you know, personally, one of my successful friends gave me a call back in early January, and he just told me, "Hey, Delonte, you need to stop what you're doing. I just saw something. I need you to confirm that it makes sense." So I said, "Okay, you know, he's been very successful, so I at least, you know, take a look at it. And if it's not for me, I tell him no." And this guy that was holding up a sanitary napkin in the video, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, it's a sanitary napkin. You know, let me, you know, I stopped the video and I called him back and I said I was in. I didn't even see what the product did or anything. I just knew whatever was going to happen was going to be something amazing.
Wow.
And I could also remember, you know, just going back in my school days, one of my classmates was having an accident right in class. And it was very embarrassing for her, and she had to, you know, everybody was laughing, including myself.
Right.
You know, we was all laughing, but, you know, I feel ashamed now because I didn't know that, you know, it wasn't her fault. You know, and you know, and now that I get a chance to pretty much set the record straight and use my platform to get this product to the masses and people all across the world, it's very, you know, fortunate for me. So that's great.
Wow, powerful.
Okay.
Andre, we wanted to ask you the same thing too. We see a couple people on the news feed. We want to give out some shout outs this evening. Who we have over there, Andre?
We got my cousin Big Brimage is in the house.
Okay.
Big Grimmage, how you doing?
I got my niece Talia. She's
Hi,
watching.
Talia.
Thank you for
Thank you for
supporting us.
supporting
Got my wife online.
Hi.
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
Yes. Thank you.
Andre,
Thank
we
you.
wanted to ask you the same thing about the question that we just asked Mr. Smith, Delonte Smith. How did you
Absolutely.
get started? And
Well, I was fortunate enough to receive a video from Javii,
Get
my
out of here.
sponsor. Yes, she
All right.
sent the video to me, and I was actually in the car with my wife,
Uh-huh.
and I was watching it as we were en route. I don't even remember where we were going. And,
Whoa.
And
See?
when I saw the video,
That's how mind blowing it is.
it just caught me, and I was like, wow.
Oh,
You know, I
man.
saw Mr. Crump, and I saw him talk about this pad and the things that it did, and it blew me away. So I turned to my wife. I said, well, look, I said, you got to watch this video. And I had her watch it,
Uh-huh.
and she said, well, yeah, if this works like that'll be great.
Wow.
So it just, from that point on, I think I blew Javi's phone up
Yes,
maybe
he
3 or
did.
4 times trying to get her to put me in touch with somebody who had
Uh-huh.
more information.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
and I was fortunate to be able to talk to a dynamic individual, Mr. Eric Robinson,
Okay.
and got on a 3-way call with him.
Okay.
And he validated the information that I needed to know about,
Wow.
and the rest is history.
We've been rolling.
I mean, we've been rolling since then.
Wow. Well, shout out to Mr. Eric Robinson
Mr.
and,
Eric
and Dr.
Robinson,
Mary
yes.
Robinson.
Dr.
All
Mary
right.
Robinson, yes.
All right. All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Tamika,
Yes.
tell us how you got aboard of an Inspire and tell us what really sparked an interest for you to be a part of this company.
Well, how I got started is a gentleman that I met at a business meeting 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't talked in over a year,
Wow.
but he sent me the video, and he sent me an invite to a focus group.
Okay.
So I came to the focus group, and I was all in for several reasons, which no one may not understand, because I actually missed the focus group from getting off the corporate work late. So all that to say, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't there. My whole experience was totally different. One, my mother did have a hysterectomy at 27 years old, and it sent her into depression. And so when that was touched on, that's what really got my attention, and I didn't get to see the demonstration that night. Well, I knew when they talked about the negative ion strip that I understood that from, school. So I was all in. But then your motto, your 2 + 2 + 2, that my dad remarried after my mother passed away. That's my stepmom's birthday.
Wow.
But my favorite flower is actually on that package, and I got that at my mother's funeral. So it's a whole different, reason why, it's like a spiritual thing for me. That made me get involved. And on top of Inspire, that's my granddaughter's name. So I've been using that for 2 years. So it's a whole different testimony that it may not push for somebody else the reason, but it allowed me to really look at the mission.
Yes.
And when I heard about 600,000 women needing a hysterectomy in the United States alone, it got me thinking about my mother. And her sister, believe it or not, name is Cherish. And so, this is
Drop the mic.
This is totally, a different thing for me. So that was just the whole, what the piece that I got of it without the demonstration was all over me to say, this you stand for your mother, you stand for yourself in this generation of what I went through at the hospital the other day, and then you get to stand for your granddaughter. So we talking 3 generations that I hear here, and the message that this is where I belong. So this is why I'm here, and I was quick to sign up.
So guys, you need to definitely pay attention to the Now We Know tour. We're on schedule right now.
It is on schedule. Before we get there, we might as well tell how we got.
Do we really have to go there?
Hey, it's inspired.
Do you guys really want to know?
Inspired. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I was in my bed, and I'm usually in the bed by 9 o'clock because I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Have a mother with some Alzheimer issues going on, and I need my rest because I'm a bus operator. And this particular night, for some reason, I couldn't sleep. So I'm on my phone and I'm scrolling along, and I see this text message from Zinya. And I said, Zinya? She texted me? If Zinya texting, it must be important. So I clicked on it, and I'm looking, and I'm like, what? The what? I'm like, okay, Mr. Crump, okay, he got dry, wet, oh, I'm in. I'm in. I didn't even go to sleep. That night, I called her, and I said, Zinya, what I got to do? What I got to do to get in? And she said, you don't have to do nothing right now because we putting people in position that they don't even have a site up yet. We just putting people in position. You don't have to do nothing. I said, well, get what you need: my name, my address, my phone number, what you need, because I'm in with this thing. This is in because I have 4 daughters that I introduced those unsanitary napkins to. Now I can do something to improve their health and their well-being. I have 2 5-year-old granddaughters. My why is my daughters and my granddaughter. I know that I'm a little bit past that feminine flow. I don't have too many more years to go, prayerfully. And I'm done since Inspire brought it back on.
Blame it on the pad.
I'm gonna blame it on the pad. Yes, I'm gonna blame it on the pad. But it's okay, cause I was happy to see it, and it ain't had no cramps, and it went fast.
Woo!
So I was okay with that. But anyway, that's my why, and I know that it's gonna help other people. It's gonna help other people not only health wise, but financially wise. This company. I have to give it to our CEOs. They have literally, our executive board members have literally put together a game plan that we are all going to win. Right. We are all going to win. Yes. They have structured their compensation plan down to a point where, I mean, I've been in multi-level marketing companies before, and I'm telling you, since May 23rd already, I've made more money than all of those companies combined. So they have made it a win-win for everybody, not just the customers using the products, but the distributors that come on board to distribute the products. And they've just gone above and beyond. They have been so transparent with us. It hasn't been easy. It's been a rocky road from the beginning, back in the early days, late December, January, February. But through it all, we've stuck through it, and it's starting to smooth out. And it's
time to win.
Yep,
what you say?
Time to win.
What you say?
Yes.
It's time to win.
Yeah.
I take my hats off to our leadership. They go above and beyond.
Absolutely.
They go above and beyond the Call of Duty. If I pick up the phone and I call them and I need a question answered, they not ducking and dodging me. You know, like other companies I've been in, they support. They lead by example. I mean, we have the chairman of our CEO. He every week, Wednesday, he's on a call. He's giving us information, blow by blow, what's happening with the company. Companies don't normally do that, y'all. They normally don't do that.
True.
The ones at the top, they stay at the top. They feed off the workers. Now, they living large. A lot of them out there on their yachts living large off of the work of the people. But this company has structured it so the work of the people not only profits the company itself, but it profits the individual.
They in the field.
For me, that's a win-win. That's a win-win. And I'm Inspire Nation down. I love my Inspire for life. That's all I can say.
Wow.
So you guys ready for a live demonstration?
Yes.
Well, before we go into our live demonstration, I wanted to kind of express my personal experience, or if you will, just a little tidbit of what everyone has profoundly have stated this evening. I got a part of this company by my son. Of course, myself, I've been included with a lot of the multi-level marketing companies. But this particular company is very different from most of all of them. And I can really truly say I'm sold on the product. And the reason why I came into this business, because I like to educate people. I'm a teacher by trade. And I like to educate people about everything I can get my hands on as far as resources. Because that's just the teacher inside of me. I like to educate people. I like to tell people what's going on, what's the now. I'm on Facebook. If something is very interesting, it's something that somebody needs to know that's very powerful to me, I'm going to dispatch it out and send it out to you. But I just wanted to let you know that the reason why I got a part of this company is by my son. Over here in the corner, Delonte Smith, who has, I'm just so proud of this young guy. He's one of my everythings. I have 2 children, and I'm just really proud of him to know what he has accomplished and what he has shared about this product to me. And I too have experienced the diagnosis of the fibroid situation, but I didn't have to have any hysterectomies behind this. I didn't have to have the surgeries behind it. Thank God for that. And I to this day, I don't have any, issues of any sort, the diagnosis of all the women that even have experienced it. Because there are a lot of women out here who have experienced fibroids, but either passed away or just the pain of the endurance behind it. I have none of that.
Yeah.
But because of my son, he was able to give me a sample of the product. He saw me lying in the bed one day, and I was in the fetal position because, you know, ladies, when you're on your feminine flow, you have cramps, you have headaches, you have migraines, or the symptoms or pains in your legs or whatever experiences you have when you're on your cycle. Well, I'm one of those very few of those women who experiences the headaches and the cramping in my stomach area. But he was able to give me a product. And when I tried the product on, ladies, before I tried it on, I had a headache. I was in the bed, and, you know, I just wasn't feeling my best. He came in the room, he's like, Mom, what, you know, he was like, Mom, what's going on? So I wanted to, you know, talk about it. So maybe now it's over. You know, I don't have to worry about it. So I just thank Delonte for you know, sharing the product with me, and absolutely.
I went across the country to get it too. So that's what it's all about. It's about changing lives. You know,
Yeah,
I do whatever it
it's about
takes.
changing lives and what's going on. So I can really relate to the women out there that have ever gone through these issues. But we're going to go on and go into the meat and the crannies of breaking
Cherish.
down the Cherish pad. So please stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. We have Delonte Smith here and Andre Amos, who's going to, we call them the brothers busting out pads. So they're going to bust out a pad, ladies, gentlemen. They're going to bust it out to just break it down to you so that you can physically see what all of the high talk is about with the Cherish product.
Oh my God.
So we're going to go on and just take step by step. They're going to break it down for us.
You know
and,
what? Why don't we? So that they
so we're
can
going to switch.
be
So
in
we're going to
front of
switch places.
the
So if you
camera.
excuse
Yeah.
us, we're going to go on and switch places so that they're actually able to do a live demonstration for you that are watching.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and, all right, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and do a live demonstration, and we're going to introduce a new product to the U.S. It's called Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkins. Right here, this product is on the shelf. This is the leading brand, or I would say the most popular brand that's on the shelf right now. And guys, I don't know if you can see, but this sanitary napkin has a slight opening. So how can you call this a sanitary napkin if it's open? If this was to be in a hospital, they would throw it in the trash because it's open. So imagine being inside of your purse, and you have a lot of makeup crumbs, you have eyelashes, you have food particles, all different type of things. Pennies can get inside your product. So this is not a sanitary napkin. But the reason why they leave it open is because the glue that they use is the same glue in duct tape. So that's not safe for our women and not safe for the environment. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this product right here. And this is also advertised as an 8-hour protection. And we all know nobody knows anybody that wore one of these for 8 hours. That's what they say.
Absolutely not.
I know I
Right?
never wore
So I'm
one
not
for no
gonna-
8 hours.
So I'm not going to go.
Not even
I'm not
2
going.
hours.
Yeah, we can barely get an hour.
I
Yeah.
tell you no.
So I'm not going to name the name of this company, but we're gonna get into that later. We're gonna expose what's going on. We're gonna call this Exhibit A.
Okay, so that's Exhibit A.
All right.
Okay.
But here's where we're introduced to the U.S. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this pad is a lot smaller and it's thinner. And guess what? It's closed. It's the true sanitary napkin. It's called Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkins. Right here. All right, and the reason why it's closed because the glue that we use is food grade, so it's safe for our women and it's safe for the environment. And no makeup crumbs, no eyelashes, nothing can get inside this pad.
Really sanitary.
Truly sanitary.
Wow, that's something that all women need to know. Yeah.
We also need a napkin too. Make actual.
Oh yeah, paper towel.
Can one of our studio audience grab us a paper towel from out of in the lobby area so we can grab a paper towel?
All right, guys. So
we're definitely going to need a paper towel.
we interviewed a few
Can we
OBGYNs.
use that and just tear it? What's that? That looks like a paper towel, right? Yeah.
All right, guys. So we interviewed a few OBGYNs. They all attested that when a woman is having a feminine flow, they give anywhere between 15 to 50 milliliters of fluid per day. In some cases, much more. But for the sake of averages, we're going to simulate just 50 going into both of the products. Can everybody validate this 50?
I don't have my glasses on. Hold on.
Right on 50?
Let me put.
Yeah, it's 50.
Okay, yep, there it
If
is.
you show it up
That's
to the
50.
camera, if you show it to the camera, it'll say it's 50.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we're going to pour this into what's supposed to be an 8-hour pad. We don't call it, we don't advertise the time limit on our product, but they say their product is 8 hours.
That's what they always say.
Yeah, and they always be lying.
Oh, did he do it? Yes, he did. Oh,
He say they always be lying.
oh man. Oh my goodness.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing.
There's some water beside.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing for our product. We're going to pour 50 milliliters of fluid into the
Let me
pad.
see. Wait a minute. Let me see if it's 50.
Verify.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
50.
Let me
Let's get verification.
Okay, hold on.
It's 50.
Let me
see. I'm gonna show
We're
you.
gonna be fair.
Yeah, be fair now.
Be fair.
Okay, it was on the
Yeah.
camera.
We'll
Okay.
We'll
All
put that
right.
on the table. It'll be
Okay.
level.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not cheating, so you see it's 50, right?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Cool.
So we're going to pour this into our product.
Wow.
So guys, this is where it get real serious. When I saw the demonstration for the first time, the guy who introduced this product to me, he said that the most, the leading brand is on the shelf right now. A lot of people do not know that it's causing a lot of health issues. And you can Google the harmful effects of sanitary napkins, but when you think about breast cancer, cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, fibroids, endometriosis, you can go down the line. A lot of it's contributed from this product that's on the shelf right now. So we're going to do an absorbency test and see if it's worth 8 hours. So I'm going to just press down on it. You wanna go ahead?
Let one of our studio audience. I think we have a
We have
studio
volunteer
audience.
that can come up and
Hi,
press
how
down
are
on this
you?
for us.
State hi. Hi, and what's your name?
Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn. Thanks for stopping over to the show.
gonna
We're
put this
just
right
going to
up in
ask
front
you
of
to
you.
demonstrate for the wet and dry test for us. So just
problem.
place your
Camera's
hand.
right behind you, so don't
Yeah.
push down hard.
Push on, use your
down hard.
muscles.
Yeah,
Goodness.
use your muscle. Push
All
on.
right.
Whoa!
It's a little wet. Little wet.
Whoa!
And this is why women have to change 4 to 6 times a day
Wow.
because the product doesn't hold for 8 hours. They always been lying.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So-
A little wet.
It's crazy, guys. So when
Oh,
I saw
man.
this, I'm like, this is what our woman been dealing with, suffering in
Very
silence.
uncomfortable.
It's
Right?
very uncomfortable.
So we're gonna do the same thing for our product, Cherish. We're gonna do a quick absorbency test.
Okay.
We're going to ask you to use a different hand.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, this one is still wet. Let me just come on
I
this
know
side.
it's still wet. Alrighty.
Use your muscles.
Push down.
Press down.
Push down hard.
Got it. There you go, girl.
You can put it on the floor.
Oh,
Just step
man.
on it if you need to.
Whoa.
Right.
Wow, completely dry.
Wow.
You see the difference between the leading brand and our product.
OMG.
So, ladies,
Wow.
which product would you prefer to wear?
I'll take the dry one. I don't know about y'all out there.
I want the dry pad.
The world's most comfortablest pad.
It's gonna keep you,
Cherish.
Cherish. That's it. That's it.
The dry pad.
Dry
it's
pad.
gonna keep you dry and keep you fly.
Wow.
All right.
All right, ladies. So
Break it down.
I'm gonna let Mr. Amos go ahead and break down both of the products and show you what these products are made of.
So we're going to break down the Exhibit A. And we're just going to show you a little bit about the materials that are used to produce this unsanitary napkin. First layer we're going to let you look at is a non-breathable layer. And you can't really see from the internet broadcast, but this is very rough. If you could feel it, it's almost similar to mild sandpaper. But if I can have a volunteer come up and feel this and tell me what you think. Tell me how it feels to you.
Oh yeah. That's what the irritant comes from.
Yes.
And this is what causes a lot of rashes, irritations, just uncomfort for women from what I have witnessed from the focus groups and what they've told us. This isn't a good feel for them. And continuing to dissect this unsanitary napkin, we're going to look at this layer right here. This is a vital layer. If you look at it, you can see that it's blue. And a lot of people attribute this to just the print, but it's actually dye. It's a blue dye. And when this dye is wet, when this dye becomes wet, it bleeds. And it bleeds onto the absorbency system on this pad. And the concern is that this same dye is what is being put into a woman's system when she sits back down, when she hasn't had an opportunity to change the pad. This is what is going back into a woman's system. And this is what is potentially causing some of the illnesses that women suffer from using these unsanitary napkins.
Wow.
So we're just going to break down their absorbency system. And a lot of women don't realize what this absorbency system is made up of. This is shredded newspaper, plastic, and trash. And basically they take this and put it through an 8-stage bleaching process. And the byproduct of that process forms a chemical called dioxin. And that's the chemical that we're so concerned about women being exposed to. And we ask you to do your own research. Google dioxin, Google the effects of dioxin on the human body. And you can see for yourself where the concern is on our part and why we are so moved and driven in this campaign that we have. But what we're going to do, we're going to take the least amount of water and we're going to put it over here to the left side. We're going to take the most amount of water and put it over here to my right side. But we're going to do a little absorbency test. And we're going to take this store brand pads absorbency and we're going to put it in the least amount of water. And we're going to let that sit. And I want you to take a look at this. This is the last layer. This is the same thing that you empty your trash out with every day or every once or twice a week.
So that's the trash and the pants.
Yeah.
Basically
the
trash.
pad is the
pants.
trash and the pants.
But that's the trash liner.
This is the line.
Okay.
This is plastic.
Wow.
And it's not breathable. And with a woman's body temperature at 98.5 degrees, it harbors heat, it harbors, moisture, and it's a perfect breeding ground for bacteria.
Right.
And this is what is allowing women to end up with the illnesses that they have. But what we're going to do is break down the Cherish pad and show you what we have brought to the market as an alternative. Now, our first layer is a breathable cotton. And you can see, if you could see the fibers on the edge, those are the cotton fibers. And those fibers, as I tear this, you can actually see the fibers going into the air. But that allows a woman to breathe. It allows moisture to be drawn from the woman's body into our absorbency system. But it is a completely biodegradable product. It's safe for landfills.
All right, we need the next
It's safe
pad.
for refuse. And I'd like to show you our brainchild of the pad.
Yes.
So is that
The
the Wonder
negative-
Strip?
That's that one.
This is the
That's
Wonder
it.
Strip.
That's it.
Can I have it at the end of the show?
Absolutely. This is a negative ion strip. It is the same negative ions that you experience when you're at a waterfall, after a thunderstorm, when you're at a beach. This helps balance a woman's pH. It helps relax a woman's uterus so that she doesn't suffer from the cramping. And it also helps to reduce odors.
Wow.
And I will turn this over to you because this is a
Thank
value
you.
commodity
Actually, I
right
would like
there.
for our guests that came on the show with us this evening, if you would like to have the ion, the wonder strip that we call it, you're more than welcome to have it. I don't mind passing the blessing over. There you go.
Use this.
And here's another layer that is completely cotton.
Wow.
Our pad is completely cotton.
All natural.
And I'm going to roll up, just to be fair, I'm going to roll up our absorbency and
We got
place
5
it
more minutes. So
in
we
the
want
cup
everybody
with
to
the
see
most
this.
amount of water.
That's awesome. Look at that.
All right. Now, what I want you to see about our last layer. Our last layer has strips in it. If you were to hold this up to a steam iron, the steam will go straight through. It's breathable.
Wow.
But yet it also protects a woman from moisture. It protects a woman from being wet. But it also tears very easily.
Wow.
It's
You
not
don't worry about
plastic.
it.
It's not plastic.
Our women
It's
are not
not
in trash
plastic.
bags. They're in something that
So
is-
no more trash in the pants for Cherish.
No
No
more
trash.
trash.
Oh, that's
No
awesome.
more trash in the pan.
So our studio audience, I'm going to ask you, how long was this in the water right here, Exhibit A? Roughly
7 minutes.
about 5 or 7 minutes, and you can clearly see that there is water still.
Yeah, a
floating
lot
around
of
in there.
water. Yeah.
And this is supposed to be an 8-hour absorbency system.
More
Okay,
more like 8 seconds.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
And how long would you say the Cherish absorbency
two
system was in?
minutes, maybe 2
2
minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay, can't get a drop.
Wow.
All right. Can't get a drop.
That is amazing.
Wow.
All right. This is the
Wow.
premium sanitary napkin. Our absorbency system absorbs 300 times its weight in water and is 10 times more absorbent than what's on the market today. We
Wow.
clearly have a better alternative for women today in the Cherish
Yes,
premium
we do.
sanitary
Yes.
napkin.
All right, let's give it up for these
Yes.
fine gentlemen here this
Yes.
evening. We know all of you have a lot of questions about this product. Please, again, go on to connect with us on our Facebook page,
Right,
the Javii
will
and
be.
Zinya Show. We want to thank you all for tuning in.
Yes.
Javii, do you have any parting words for our
Well,
guests and our viewers?
First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here on our first show. I appreciate you accepting the invitation
Absolutely.
and helping us out. I'd like to thank our audience for viewing and checking in with us. I know we didn't get a chance to go into the calls that were the people calling in, but we're going to work that out
We're
so
going
we
to do the
can
Q&A,
start.
Q&As on the next one.
And if you have questions that you would like to ask us, you can always,
Inbox us.
No, even on the Facebook page.
Yeah, on our
you can
Facebook
leave
page, you can
a
message us.
question or comment about it, and throughout the week we'll try to get to them and get all of them answered for you. And Zinya, you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, stay tuned on for next Saturday. We have our guest from the Salon on Wheels with DeJuan, all the way out in Clinton, Maryland. So we would like for you guys to tune in again next Saturday, same time, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for coming.
For the Javii
And Zinya.
Show.
Take care, guys.